Welcome! This is the first of hopefully very many devlog videos for the game I'm working on right now, Ruby and Majesty Treasure Team. First place winner of Community Jam 15. I've been toiling away at the level editor slash room manager slash many other things. The utility with which Ruby and Majesty was the alpha test for, basically. So, not a huge amount of progress to show for Ruby and Majesty because I've been doing a lot of work on that. That's coming along great. Hopefully that'll be ready to go soon, and then I'll re-implement that into this project. But in the meantime, I figured I would just show off some of the things that aren't in the core game yet. They're implemented, but if you were to play the game now, which you certainly can, version 0.41 is available on GameJolt. It has GameJolt trophies, controller support, speedrun timer, speedrun high scores, all kinds of cool stuff. You can check that link out underneath the video here. But there's things that I've got ready to go that aren't even in that version yet for future puzzles, for future versions. I figured I would show off some of those. And this right here is the sort of what the level editor looks like at the moment, with the various bits and pieces for this screen that I put together. And the track that we've got playing in the background now is the new piece of background music that I put together for Ruby and Majesty, so that'll be included in the next update as well. When we'll see new levels, I don't know, but here are some things that might be in them. I've got this cool hand that pushes stuff. It can push blocks, and I've got a conveyor belt too. So, if you've played the base game, you'll know that there's a fan that blows Majesty around, keeps her from moving. Since movement is kind of the only method of interaction, really, that you have with the game, you move the characters around. That's it. They can push. Ruby can push blocks, and Majesty can land on buttons, and everybody can just press buttons and such. But there's no other sort of interaction. So movement. Puzzles that have to do with the movement, they're really all about the movement. So I thought I would throw something in that would give Ruby some more interesting mechanics to have. So similar to the way the fan works. So I'll show you the fan too. So here's the fan, right? We got Majesty the bat. If she moves into the fan's sort of zone here, she gets moved in the direction of it. So the conveyor belt does the same thing, but just for blocks and for Ruby. We can press this button and the hand will push that block. That's the non-sliding block, so it's being pushed by the conveyor belt. And if we put Ruby on here, we can see her momentum is not enough to overcome that. So she's stuck now, and she thinks she needs to push that block, but it's impossible to push it. So this can be useful for probably any number of cool movement puzzles and such. It can be just as a gate used to keep Ruby from moving into an area. I believe I have it implemented already that you can turn off the conveyor belts. Let's see. Alright, so we'll throw a few conveyors down here. Throw a switch in. Here's how the connection mode works. You just connect one thing to another. Back to the editor, and let's see. Yep, so they can be turned off. So for example, maybe there's a puzzle where Majesty needs to stand down here so Ruby can walk past. Otherwise, she won't be able to do it. Now that's not all that different from, say, a wall or a hole at this point, which have the same functionality. But this, as I said, could also be used to push blocks. There's a lot of different applications for that. Even if, let's say we had like a block here and a button here. Right, we can do something too where it's spaced out, that if we have alternating spaces for conveyors, that it'll keep pushing the block. Right, so let's say these switches, let's say this switch turns those on. Right? We'll default them to off. Right, so those will all start off. That will turn them on. And these spikes will be up, so Ruby won't be able to go up there. Majesty could fly in and press that button, but we can set it as a button that can only be triggered by a wall. Right, so if we fly Majesty up there, she can't press that button. If Ruby tries to push this block up here, she's going to get killed by the spikes. So what we would need to do is have Majesty turn on the conveyor, and then it just goes boom. What that other switch does, I don't know. It does something else. This would just be the first part of the design. So hopefully that illustrates some of the cool things that can be done with that. It could even be something like where we've got the pusher to push that. And it's like a block that Ruby needs to push over here to turn the hand on. Which would be... oh, that's already up. Okay. Right, we could do something like this. And maybe there's a fan here. Right, we're just spitballing here. Right, we got a fan here that's going to blow up. Majesty can't get past that. It'll stop her from moving. That's a wall only, that's cool. We'll thicken up this wall a little bit just to do it. Right, we'll run it. Oh, but she'll need to, hang on. That needs to go there. The connections should stay the same. I might need to reconnect it, yeah. This goes here. Right. So in order to get out of this room, right, Majesty would have to get past there. You'll notice this. Oh, but what's Ruby gonna do? She can't do anything there. She'll go ahead and walk past here. Push the block, which will push the hand. Boom. Which will shut the fan off. Well, that needs to change. It would need to be a block in front of the fan. That reminds me though, I need to change how the fans work. Add it to the log. So we'll do this instead, and it'll do the same thing. Will be false initially. This will show you just how quickly these changes can be made with the editor, which is a separate utility that I'm building that in the future, if you're a game maker developer, you will be able to use. Hopefully I can get it to that point soon where you'll be able to use it for your own projects. It's pretty cool. It's not limited to doing these small pixel sizes either. It should be functional for basically any type of 2D game that needs levels and like an overmap especially, because it can handle that management too. Cool. That's called Thwart. I'm working on that right now. Might have an update about that soon here. But that's all I got for this little Ruby and Majesty update, so hopefully you learned something. Hopefully the game looks cool to you, and if you haven't checked it out already, please do so. Wizard, out.